Ever wonder what it's like to share a stage with a real estate mogul like Scott McGillivray and an NBA and business mogul like Shaq? Well, I am gonna get to do that this weekend, and in this vlog I'm gonna show you the behind the scenes. How did I end up in the position? How did I prep for the event? We have an amazing booth in the main area. I'm gonna be sharing a whole bunch of introductions to some of my favorite people on the planet. Let's go.
At Keyspire, I'm with my man Justin.
So I'm currently with Alana, and we're going to see Scott McGillivray. He's on stage.
Real estate investing can suck sometimes, and I want you to know that you're not alone. It's hard.
What I think about is getting people's attention, telling stories, and then giving them value and leaving an impression. So one of the keys to a successful summit is making sure your vehicle is prepared. Prestige Car Wash in London is by far one of the best operations. I think one of my favorite lessons when I come here is how conscious the owner is of the people that come in and out of here. We just had a great discussion around business and operations and quality, and then we started talking about cars and the conference. I like being prepared for events that I go to, and I go to events with a lot of intentionality. There's gonna be 5,000 people at this investor summit. I am speaking on Friday, and it's easy to get caught up in just the networking and all the activities and all the fun that there is to do, but I am going there being very intentional to highlight London, greater region, and all the opportunities that it has in terms of growth to the investors, and also building our massive database. If there's 5,000 people there, I want at least 4,000 of them signing up for our newsletters, depending on what they want to invest in. One very unique aspect about Prime is the fact that we do what I call focused diversification. We do residential, we do commercial, we do investments, agriculture, land development, and investment properties. And that is one of our superpowers, that we can serve the entire clientele depending on whatever their real estate needs are. For the creators watching this, I am actually shooting this on a wide angle lens. I'm actually pretty excited about the smoothness and the quality of this. Hopefully the sound is okay. I'm shooting on a Joby mic. If you don't care about that stuff, let me know. I won't share it in the future, but I am excited to have a clean vehicle and hit the highway to go to the summit. So I'm almost at the conference center. You can see all the crazy stuff behind me. Wrapped up in the Bronco blanket is actually the iMac, which we use for beautiful visual presentations, an iPad stand, a box full of off-market deals and properties, and then cables, USB cords, power cords, all that fun stuff. Got to make sure you are prepared for these types of events. The book that I was just listening to was actually called This Is Not a T-Shirt by Bobby Hundreds. And I actually love consuming audiobooks. If you want more book recommendations on the blog, let me know in the comments. I will give you books till you are blue in the face. And This Is Not a T-Shirt is based around a company that was one of the best selling clothing companies in LA that built a community and a brand. And the whole conversation is around a feeling associated with a brand, more so than it is buying a t-shirt. So a lot of times people buy Nike shoes because they want to be seen as an athlete, or they buy a specific brand, and they'll pay more for that brand because it gives them a certain feeling and a certain identity. The reason I'm reading the book is it was a recommendation from a friend of mine, Chris Doe, who is one of the foremost experts on branding the future, amazing channel on YouTube. So I listen to my friends, definitely, when they say that there's a good book, and hopefully you listen to me and read it as well if you care about branding. Second reason is, I want people to feel something when they see this name, Prime Real Estate. I want Prime to be the most trusted name in real estate. I want it to be exclusive. I want to give you access to amazing people like Chris Doe on a one-to-one basis. I want you to feel like I can connect you with people that will leapfrog your growth. I want my cosign to actually mean something in my business. It seems like everybody's ethics are for sale, and I might be one of the only people in this business that is actually not for sale. You have to earn my cosign. I also want you to feel like you're at the Four Seasons every time you deal with somebody at my company. So if you're ever dealing with somebody at Prime and it doesn't feel like that, let me know, because we are working insanely hard on the back end to make sure that we provide a quality product, always looking to improve, and we rely on people like you to help us do it. So I'm also gonna ask you, if you're watching this, let me know what the quality is like on this camera. So now I'm shooting on a GoPro 10. Last video I did an Osmo, I did my phone, and I did the R5. This vlog's gonna be mainly shot on the GoPro and the R5. I actually lost the mic on the airplane for the Osmo, so I've ordered one. So I'm gonna try and do this one on the GoPro and the R5, so have some fun. So I almost forgot to actually show you what this space looks like before the event gets started. So there's 9,000 people registered for this event. A lot of people will sign up for some of the free tickets. There's free tickets, VIP tickets, pro tickets. We're just setting up the booths. There's our friends from the REC team. What's up, my guy? A lot of people are family here. I've been working with them for close to 10 years. The one, the only, Harris Newman behind me. Great mortgage agent. CapGrab, Kyle Ford, his crew are here as well on the mortgage side. Here is our booth, London, Ontario. I got a gigantic TV that will be playing YouTube videos and featuring our properties on. So one of the main reasons that we do this is all the guests are gonna be walking in through that door. So all the clients that we have, one of the benefits they get is massive exposure for their properties to investors, buyers, agents from the GTA, mortgage agents, developers, people that fund quite a few transactions in real estate. There is Mike Heddle and his team from Hamilton. Really, really excited that they're here as well. There is, oh, my boy. So many of you know that I'm a trusted McGillivray agent, been friends with Scott for a long time. Scott, why do you choose me to be your trusted McGillivray rep?
Not everybody that I've worked with has the reputation that you do. And what I mean is I've never referred somebody to you or met somebody that's had an interaction with you that doesn't have something positive to say. So you are an amplifier of good things, whether it be in just relationships, anything even outside of real estate. You just know how to connect people. I think that's super admirable. What's amazing is that you've channeled so much of that energy into the real estate space where people are making the most important and biggest financial decision of their lives, and you're helping them navigate that, and you're willing to put so much hard energy and strategy into it. You put your name on it, you create your own brokerage to do it, you've changed the industry, and you're changing people's lives. Congratulations.
You heard it from the man himself. So the Trusted McGillivray booth is here. I'm sure I'll be hanging out with them while we are down. R&R is here. Looks like they have some food. This is a massive venue. Now let's go to the main stage. Take a look at that. So there you have it, a little bit behind the scenes. People often ask me why I come to these events. I like to learn, so getting around other operators at a high level. I learn as much from the developers, the service providers, the mortgage agents about what's happening in the real estate market, so keep my sword sharp. B, actually do business. I come in here with a lot of intentionality. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate in Southwestern Ontario, I want to be your guy. Harris Newman, there he is again, folks. Got a pile of off-market properties that we brought for this weekend as well too. So literally just had a client text me about a new development parcel he has in Byron that we're pretty excited about. I believe he's got approval for 16 stories, and having very qualified buyers in rooms like this is how you get business done. Real estate is a hand-to-hand combat business. A lot of people like to hide behind email and social media. I like making real estate real. So this is the actual stage that Shaq, Michael Saracini, Scott McGillivray will be on, as well as myself. I can't believe that I'm in a position that I'm in to be on a stage like this, but how did I get here? Well, it all started by actually answering my phone. Got a random phone call one day from somebody that was looking for a market expert in London, Ontario that specialized in rental properties and investment properties. At that time, we had started building a brand for ourselves, shared a lot on social media about what we were doing, and that got me the at-bat. Showed up to the first event. I was woefully unprepared. I had a binder full of properties, one of my agents with me, and then realized that this network has some of the most incredible service providers in it that you can ever imagine. So yes, I was going there to educate investors. Yes, I was going there to talk about my marketplace, but what I was going there for was actually relationship.
Yeah, all our realtors are experts. So what do you got for us here? I know this is gonna be a unique, sweet one, so take me through it.
Yeah, I'm the master of unique and sweet, and when he asks me to bring an off-market deal, the only problem I have is figuring out whether we bring, because we have land development deals and off-market 9-plex, a whole pile of different options, which is why they hire us, right? And talking about the market, I think we always succeed in spite of the market, not because of it, but we are very deal focused. So I thought this was a great one to bring you guys because it's a live case study of something a Keyspire member has done in the last couple of years at the peak of the drop in the market. And I literally listed a property right around the corner from it, and it is a carbon copy of the deal that they did on the trail. The deal itself is essentially a cottage that's currently listed for $950,000. If you look at the occupancy, and the vacancy, we actually put that at 50%. So we had this verified by 2 separate parties to verify what they could run it at in terms of income, and at about $7,500 a month, it still cash flows very well. That is just obviously one metric. We want to make sure that yield cash flows the second you buy it, and you're in for about $200,000 when you purchase it at the $950 price. In terms of renovations, you can do 200 to 400. Really depends on how far you want to go. I can tell you right now, there's absolutely not a ton of activity in the Grand Bend market in terms of sales, but seasonally adjusted, and when we look at when the comps are coming, we're looking at that 1.5 to 1.75 range.
Nice. Nice, I like that.
All bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I thought I was going there for leads. What I ended up getting was actually a whole lot more. And here's how I would frame it. The way I ended up on stage was over that time that I got to know Scott McGillivray, Michael, the Keyspire team, which led to building a real relationship. Now we're at the summit. Let's talk about some of the vendors. So this is the McGillivray Group Trust Fund. Andrew and the crew are family. They acquire buildings, add value, and you can invest with them. This is my boy Dawood from Orlando, Florida. What's up, buddy? East Coast Real Estate, Quebec. Helen's already. This is Helen. I'll introduce you to her in a little bit and bring her over to the vlog channel.
At Keyspire, I'm with my man Justin. What's going on?
What do you think agents do wrong when it comes to working with buyers?
I think a large part of it is many people struggle being able to communicate and just having a normal conversation. I think when most agents get into a transactional opportunity, they get very transactional and they're not able to just to have a normal conversation, which I feel scares a lot of people off.
Yeah, I call that commission breath. So make sure you're talking to an actual human, not somebody that's just trying to sell you something. This is our actual booth. We're playing the mastermind. So this is the trusted McGillivray Group. I am a trusted agent in our region. Don is an absolute
Justin,
How are you doing?
doing well, thank
So
you.
what region do you cover?
Cambridge.
He does.
Dominantly Cambridge.
And he likes coming down to Grand Bend and looking at the lakefront properties we have. So we will sell him one eventually, and then we can mastermind in Grand Bend, right?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I'm so sorry I missed those masterminds. I appreciate it.
Next one, next
Thank
one. So Scott, Taylor, Andrew, the entire crew has been absolutely amazing to us over the years. If you followed our socials, you've seen many of the mastermind dinners that we do with them, a lot of the events. We're all integrated. Keyspire is its own entity, the fund is its own entity, Trusted McGillivray Mark is its own entity, all separate. But you can see how valuable it is to put all of these people in one space together. I got a couple other superstars in the background. You have Danielle Chasson, and you have Corey McKinnon. They just made the vlog. You guys keep talking. I'm just gonna feature you on our channel. We have the Cap group, Kyle Ford and his team. Absolute beauties. We have the RAC Team Canada, currently filming a podcast or a vlog. Some of the best media you can ever imagine. They absolutely kill it. New construction, coaching, CMOS Jazz, the whole crew are absolute beauties. Of course, we have Deb and Scott. She's gonna be here tomorrow on stage, which should be fun. Special shout out to Keyspire, the coaches, the merch booth. This whole crew is top shelf. So although I'm biased and I think London booth is the best booth, two of my favorite people, Shauna and Spencer, and Mike Heddle. Mike Heddle is nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be seen. But he's not needed because they run a tight ship at the Heddle Group. What areas do you cover?
Hamilton, Brantford, St. Catharines.
Amazing.
And anywhere in between as well.
Awesome. They are top shelf. We have masterminded an absolute ton with them. Learned so much from the Heddle Group over time. Learned about their buyer presentation strategies, listing presentation strategies, and the whole reason we're here, Referral Network Realty Team. Oh, Mike Steele. That's the whole crew. That's where everybody eats their food, and that's the Trusted booth. I already showed you that. So I will end this portion of the vlog here. So this is the actual stage that Shaq, Michael Saracini, Scott McGillivray will be on, as well as myself. I can't believe that I'm in a position that I'm in to be on a stage like this, but how did I get here? Well, it all started by actually answering my phone. Got a random phone call one day from somebody that was looking for a market expert in London, Ontario that specialized in rental properties and investment properties. At that time, we had started building a brand for ourselves, shared a lot on social media about what we were doing, and that got me the at-bat. Showed up to the first event, I was woefully unprepared. I had a binder full of properties, one of my agents with me, and then realized that this network has some of the most incredible service providers in it that you can ever imagine. So yes, I was going there to educate investors. Yes, I was going there to talk about my marketplace, but what I was going there for was actually relationship. So we are at the Keyspire Summit now. This is the London booth. Atlanta, Mark Tyson, he actually went to Niagara Falls by accident, and then Rob Sutherland. Nick unfortunately hit a deer on the way here, and dude still showed up. Told me he didn't have to, but he still made it. Mr. Nick Figuer, agricultural investment specialist, knows the Elgin market very, very well. So I actually have the camera set up because I'm about to do our market update. So on top of doing all of this craziness, I'm still doing my day-to-day tasks, and in my calendar, my team has actually set it up so that all I have to do is click the shoot market update task, hit the link, and it gives me all of the stats and everything I need to know about the London market. I know the stats because I already looked at them, but I like having it in front of me, so I'm giving you accurate information. So if you're interested in what's happening in the Canadian real estate market, make sure to head over to the Prime Real Estate Brokerage YouTube channel. This is typically hosted on my personal channel. That channel is more for buyers, sellers, investors, consumers that are curious about what's happening in the real estate market. This channel is more for entrepreneurs, people that are building business, or agents that want to go from doing like 15 deals a year to 50 or building 18.
Oh,
we're at Keyspire.
Hey guys.
So who are you and what do you do?
Stephen Libman. Let's see, for Keyspire I do training, and I also have my own brand which is called Let's Talk Money, and that's all about shattering illusions about people that don't really understand money and investing, getting them off the sidelines into the real world investing.
Amazing, one of the best public speakers I have seen on stage. I've seen him present a number of times, and I'm very excited to see him this weekend as well.
Good to be here.
So I'm currently with Atlanta, and we're going to see Scott McGillivray. He's on stage. We just got to hang out with Mr. Andrew McGillivray. I'm talking about the McGillivray Trust Fund. So there's a few different setups at Keyspire. There's obviously the education portion, which is Keyspire. There's the McGillivray Trusted Agent Program are here as well, which I am one of those trusted agents, and there's agents all across Canada. It's been awesome. You guys have probably seen some behind the scenes of that. And there's the fund, and then there's a whole bunch of other service providers. So I'll introduce you to some that we know. Currently we are walking to the main stage, which is very far.
Let me tell you the first one. I heard this before, but the best time to be greedy is when others are fearful. Because the truth is, what's happening in the world or what's happening in the media, you probably can't control. And although it might be having an impact on housing prices today, in 10 years from now, you won't even remember all those things. You'll just remember you paid less for it, it's worth more now. And as long as you've been getting cash flow along the way, you've been doing the right thing. Real estate investing can suck sometimes, and I want you to know that you're not alone. It's hard, okay? It's simple, but it's hard. Understanding what to do is pretty simple. There's no math that should be super intimidating. There's an Excel spreadsheet that can help you with just about everything. But some of the things that you have to do, they're gonna get you frustrated. There's all kinds of things that come in the world, and when I first meet someone who's interested in real estate investing, I usually don't start with all the hard stuff. Because I'm like, we need to nurture your motivation, you need to get educated, and in the long run, I know that real estate is going to have a positive impact if you do it correctly. But that doesn't mean it's going to be an elevator to the top. It's going to be a tricky path with some rocks and stuff.
What is your biggest takeaway so far?
McGillivray and Deborah talk about maximizing your Airbnb, so that was really valuable.
And Alex, what is your biggest takeaway from the summit so far?
A lot. I guess talking to people and getting what they're looking for.
So we are just hanging out, waiting for these wonderful people. There's the superstars, Deb and Mark and all them too. So one of the reasons we do this is so that our team can meet people like Deborah and Scott and all the other service providers, which is pretty exciting. We have multiple angles, so we'll see what happens. So the one thing I didn't explain was how to prepare for an on-stage presentation. So when you're in the green room and you're getting all nervous about what you have to say on stage, what I would say is you want to just stick to the basics. When I do presentations on stages, what I typically do is have my intro, the body, and then the conclusion already set in bullet points. I don't script anything. What I think about is getting people's attention, telling stories, and then giving them value and leaving an impression. I actually heard something right before I went on stage from somebody where they said a lot of speakers make it about them. They talk about how they're so awesome. Instead, shift your mindset and think about what type of value you can leave for the people in front of you. So the presentation that I'm doing is on an off-market property, so I'm gonna give them insights into the Grand Bend and surrounding market that they would have never gotten had they not come here. So there you have it. The summit is complete. We are back at home base. Learned an absolute ton at the event. I got inspired by some of the other service providers, definitely by the speakers and their journeys, and made a ton of new connections. We brought back a pile of people that are looking to invest in the London greater region, a mix of people that are actually looking for places for their kids to go to school, people that are looking for apartment buildings, land development deals, and Airbnbs or STRs. And now we're gonna go through the process of making sure that we're matching them up with the right team member that we have. Remember, at Prime, we have a Navy SEAL team of specialists that cover all asset classes. We use the same vision, strategy, and systems and execution. And I'm really excited to bring these people into our ecosystem. We do a few things for our investor network, like the quarterly mastermind events where we do live podcasts and we get them together so they can network, they can meet other investors and learn from them and learn from the speakers that we bring in. We eat really good food and have experiences. And we do the investor drop for those people where every single week we send out the deals of the week. So that's how I do some of the post-event follow-ups. We're very systemized with how we operate at Prime. We ask for feedback on how we can improve the system, and I guess we got to get to work.